The Lines, Part 1, The Jump. In a posh Park Avenue townhouse, to which by some cosmic fluke I've been invited, I hold a cup bearing the printed tag, Drinking Vessel, Linearbund Karamisha Kultur. I am not a rich man, Lord knows, or well-connected, and I don't see any friends at this swank soiree. But I have a sudden insight into the meaning of linear bandware that I cannot stifle, and so raising my voice above the tinkling din of bougie small talk, I announce with what I trust is appropriate sobriety, I know what the belly delineation on this vessel means. Then dropping my voice into the tessitura of conspiracy, I add, and I think I have gleaned its originary function. A curious silence slowly breaks over the room. Gazing from face to face, pink, beautiful, unlined, eyes clear, all burning to know what I know. The meaning of the line for the people who incised it into the clay, as well as the folk who had come later, I use the compound noun clause to flatter the power couple that placed this mystery in my grasp with the hint of a family lineage that goes so deep, so far back in time, it nearly drops them into the lustral presence of the Father, while it reminds them the balance of their founding treasure, their grail, rests in my palm. Is very complex. I cough then, allowing a few moments for the movers and shakers here to regard the import of my words. Before I add, my voice become a scaffold of dramatic foreshadowing, and this cup was employed by the contemporaries of its maker and by those who came later, repeating this phrase like a dulcet refrain in a hymn, perhaps to heighten perception, to drink goat's milk. Without stopping to collect my walking stick and overcoat, or cast a thought for the keys, cards, and change I am leaving behind in its voluminous furry folds, I walk out into the cold, embracing night alone. Death enters the scene, left, right, left. The armed patrol marches me along because I'm old. Not because I flouted the norms of hospitality or outed the naivete of those in the strong house who must know everything, but just because I'm old. I am at the age at which people were executed on Logan's Run. I doubt you've seen it. The young are impervious to persuasion. No argument will move them. Their minds are made up. By whom? On our descent to the place of execution, the leader ignores my several hints that I can enlighten him on the topic of the Linearbund Karamisha people. In despair, I cry out, the young are vampires. They suck out life and hope. The illusion interests him, but he shakes his head when I inquire, perhaps you've heard of vampires? Seizing my chance, I offer to compile a list of resources on vampires and vampirism. The project can last for years. The blonde captain barks out, I accept. Bud informs me, your execution is not scheduled for 2 days. You can work on your list for me all day tomorrow. I will leave you to it by the mother tree, here at the place of execution. Mozart in the other world which resembles the set of Waiting for Godot, a bleak, lifeless tree at the heart of a bare, open field. Detaching itself from a thicket on the boundary, the old ram wanders over, its bell ringing lamentingly against the tide of sparrows. He has come to commiserate, explains the old ram, as if I were recovering from a minor procedure in a hospital room. We make chit-chat. We agree about the social norms and the ones in charge. Then together we hatch a plan. But my terms don't bind him. He has nothing to lose by remaining, so nothing to escape. I am grateful for his visit, but ache in the naked presence of his natural freedoms. Finally, I turn my back to the tree, calling out my steps against the wind, for him to corroborate or correct. I no longer trust myself with my life. I need someone to tell me all is well. But his voice is faint, a pale bleat amid the swarming colors of day. If he were to cry or paw the ground, how would I know it? I know once I unlatch the gate, the patrols will come again with orders to do me on sight. But should I stay in the field, out of their line of fire, in 2 days I will be done. But looking at the dirt road running beyond a brown line moving simply from left to right, aping the horizon, and the blind heath beyond that, what can I do?